I'm Jenny Harkleroad, owner of Balance You, and I have an exciting presentation I'm going to share with you today. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to jump in and share my screen. So this presentation is called the 17 Seconds to Success Using the Science of Your Mind. And I am thrilled to share this presentation with you and this idea and this process because it's absolutely transformed my life. And I believe it'll make a huge impact for you as well. So nothing really happens until the pain of remaining the same outweighs the pain of change. Have you ever been in this spot where you're like, man, I need to make more money. Something's got to shift. I need to get a new job or I need to do something different. Or I need to change how I'm treating this wellness or pain condition. It's not resolving and I need a solution. Or maybe it's something about a relationship and it's like, gosh, we need to figure this out because I'm not happy. Maybe you're not happy either. We need to make this work, or we need to go different directions, or we need to do something different. Maybe it has something to do with your physical body. Maybe you're like, gosh, why can't I just drop these 10 pounds? What is going on? Why is this so difficult? So I believe you're here today because something is going on and you're ready for a change. You're ready for a shift. You're ready for a transformation. And I have the most simple, powerful, and effective process to share with you today, and I can't wait. So I want you to think about, what do you want different in your life? And I want you to get out a piece of paper and a pen or type on your computer or your tablet or your phone, whatever you're watching this on. And I want you to write, what is it that you want different? Now, these pictures could give you some ideas. This girl with the watermelon, that could be health, but it looks like a big smile to me. I think it's happiness. There's a bunch of $100 bills there in the middle. Maybe you want more money. And there's a couple holding hands there. Maybe you want a better relationship. So what is it that you want different in your life? I'm going to give you a minute to write, and I'm going to do the exercise right along with you. And sometimes it's hard to even think about what do we want. Sometimes it's easy to think about what we don't want. So if you're struggling with what you do want, what don't you want? What's going on in your life right now that you don't want? You're tired of it. You're sick of it. You're ready to get rid of it. Go ahead and write it down. All right. Did you come up with some things you want different in your life? Some things you want to change? I hope so, because I'm going to show you how to do it. So, what have you tried to accomplish these things? There's tons of solutions out there, right? Just Google them. There are millions of ideas, maybe billions of ideas. Maybe if you're having health troubles, you've tried some natural pain relief modalities. Maybe you've got some further education. Maybe you've talked to a psychologist or a therapist or a counselor. Maybe you've changed jobs. What have you done to try to accomplish these things? So I want you to look at your list, and I want you to write next to these 3 things that you want different or you want to get rid of. What have you tried? Write down next to each one. What have you tried? How have you tried to solve these issues already? We had time to write those. I know sometimes we try so many things, right? It could be pages and pages, but we just want to get a few ideas down. What are some of the things you've already tried? Now, one of my favorite quotes by Albert Einstein is that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So if you look at that list of what you want or what you want to get rid of and what you've tried, if you keep doing those same things that you've tried, you're going to keep getting the same results, which is probably not the result you want. Because if you had the result you want, you probably wouldn't be on this call looking for solutions, right? So today we're going to stop the insanity. We're going to turn this around. We're going to create a new solution. And so one of my favorite quotes this year is results don't take time, they take courage. So sometimes we think, well, it's going to be a while. We've got to figure this out. We've got to work through these issues. But sometimes it's just a matter of making a dramatic shift or making a big change and reaching the result way faster than you thought was possible. So we're going to talk about that today, taking courage in our results. So what I want to share is a new opportunity. This is not a way to improve things. This is a way to completely and totally transform your life. And so instead of doing what you've been doing, I want you to do this. This, what I'm going to show you, is the solution. And the reason it's the solution is because it's 1,000,000 times more powerful than what you've been currently doing. And it's scientifically proven to work. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's a new opportunity, not an improvement, a new opportunity. So I want you to also give yourself a hug because you haven't failed because of you. You failed because you were using the wrong vehicle. And there's no one else that offers what I offer. So I'm going to be presenting you with the best, the most high-tech vehicle to get you solving your problems and achieving your goals and feeling better from the inside out during this presentation. So if you're sad or frustrated or sick or overwhelmed or stressed or anxious or fearful or unhappy or unfulfilled or angry or burnout or unloved or in pain, this program will work for you. And if you have big goals like growing a global business and achieving all your goals, this process will also work for you. So this process is about solving problems and achieving goals and feeling better from the inside out. So no more drowning aloud. Now we're going to get to the mountaintop. This process is the only way. If you try this process, you will succeed. And if you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. So I created this program because I wanted to be happy and healthy and succeed doing something I loved. I was tired of tears filling my ears. And what that meant was I used to lay on the floor and I'd look at my ceiling fan and I'd think about how miserable I was and how hard my life was. And I would cry and my ears would fill with tears. And I didn't like it and I didn't want to be there. I was tired of doctors and therapists and pain pills and positive affirmations. Why? Because it wasn't working for me. I needed a solution and I couldn't find a solution. And so I had to create a solution. So now that I've found the solution, I can help you solve your problems and achieve your goals and feel better from the inside out. So I have a question, something I'd like you to ponder, which is if I could prove that what I'm about to show you would get you to your 3 goals that you wrote down when we started this program, or solve those 3 problems that you wrote that you just couldn't figure a way through or past or beyond, would you give me $4,994? I want you to think about that. When I was looking for solutions to my problems, I remember I would say, I will pay anything. I will do anything. I will go anywhere. I don't care if it's a rain dance. I need a solution. And so I want you to think about that. How bad do you want a solution to solving your problems or achieving your goals? Would it be worth $4,994 to you to solve your problems or achieve your goals? Just think about that for a minute. So, my name is Jenny Harkleroad. I'm the owner of Balanced You, and I am a speaker and a #1 best-selling author and a mind change coach and teacher. In my former life, I was a top producing realtor here in San Diego, where I live. I had a team of buyer's agents and secretaries, and we were producing double digits in the millions, which meant I had the cars and the travel and all those things that come with making a great income. But my greatest claim, by far, greatest claim to fame by far, is my family. Next to me here is my husband. We've been married almost 28 years. And then on the end with the cute duck tie, our son. And then next to our son, our daughter. And then behind me, 2 more daughters. And then our son-in-law. What an awesome family. I love being part of this family. And you know what? I love it so much more since I learned what I'm about to show you. And I'll tell you that story. So today, people hire me to transform their well-being. Why? Because it's rough out there. I'm sure you know, I'm sure you've felt it. I'm sure you've seen it. There's a lot of stress and worry and fear and depression and anxiety. There's wars, there's rumors of wars, there's political unrest, there's division, there's fighting and rioting and picketing, and this affects our own personal relationships and how we feel in our life. And we're looking for solutions. So some of you, many of you, most of you are feeling some of these ways. There's all this sickness going around. There's homelessness. It seems like the problems are kind of never ending out there. It's really sad and really easy to be depressed when you look at what's happening in the world. So today I'm going to share the solutions for how you feel and how you think and how you act and how you react and what you create and what you manifest in your life. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to share with you the 17-second rule. I'm going to share the 3 secrets of your mind. I'm going to share how to solve your problems and achieve your goals. I'm going to share my wellness portal, and I'm making you an offer to help you create your best life at a major discount. Is anybody opposed to that? Everybody's all right with that? You want a solution today? All right, well, keep listening because here it comes. I've discovered that the brain is the key to transformation. Now, how do you actually tap in and use that brain for transformation is what I've figured out. So I didn't learn this in a book. I learned this the hard way through the school of hard knocks, as they say. This is me laying on a rock on a mountainside in San Diego. I was standing up above this rock with my husband, and I thought I could jump down. It didn't look that far, maybe 10 feet or so. And what I didn't realize is when you jump from one rock down 10 feet to another, there's no give. And I felt this awful crunch in my back when I landed, and I couldn't move, and I fell to my side, and I was crying, eventually screaming. My husband called 911, and this ground crew hiked in from that trail down below. I thought they'd never get to me. True story. Vultures were literally circling me. I was making those dying sounds, apparently. Well, when they got there, they found out that they really couldn't move me either. And so they called Life Flight. And this is me. I'm strapped into a basket. There's a doctor attached to me. They're zip lining me up to this hovering helicopter. And man, what a painful, awful day. And it ended with them telling me in the hospital that I had broken my back. So the day just got a little worse after that, right? And when you break your back, you get some thinking time. And what I thought was, I need to get better. But what I also thought was, oh my gosh, one more thing wrong with my life. And this is a major thing. There were so many things going on that I'll get into a little bit later of this presentation that I wanted to transform. But first, I needed to fix my back. So what did I do? Well, thankfully, I wasn't paralyzed. And so they said, over time, you'll recover. And I started doing all these natural modalities that I'd used in the past to get out of pain and solve physical problems to feel better. Unfortunately, it didn't help. And so I ended up 2 years later, when I still couldn't even sit in a chair or drive my car, having surgery. They put in rods and screws and a synthetic disc. And I thought for sure this would be the solution. 7 months later, after the surgery, I still can't sit. I still can't drive. I'm still in burning pain. And so now I'm looking for more solutions. Something's got to fix me. Someone's got to help me. Somebody's got to know a way to get out of pain. Well, the doctors tried to help and they prescribed me a whole bunch of pain pills. And the pain pills made me really tired. And I literally missed a whole month of my life. I slept through an entire month. And then my body started acclimating to all the pills. And I just felt like an astronaut walking around. I felt like I was floaty and not quite there and couldn't think straight. And I was still in pain, just not quite as much pain, but I still couldn't function. And I thought, gosh, this is not how I want to live. What can I do? And I was looking for solutions. And then I met this guy, Dr. Warren Jacobs, medical doctor. He tells me, Jenny, you can reprogram your mind and get out of pain. You can retrain your brain and get out of pain. You can get rid of the tension in your body with your mind and get out of pain. And I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. This is my mind. This is my brain. This is my back. Well, 6 sessions later, I was completely healed. And I got my best friend and we went down to the Bay, San Diego, Mission Bay, and started doing yoga tricks because I had no pain and I was healed. Yeah, I still have rods and screws and a synthetic disc in my back and I can't quite twist as much as I used to, but the pain's gone, the mobility's back, and I can do anything now. I was amazed, I was relieved, I was thrilled, as you can imagine. So I went back to him and I said, Dr. Warren, since you helped me fix my pain, can you also help me fix my pain pill addiction, my bad marriage, my unhappiness, my bad temper? Can you help me find my purpose? Can you help me succeed in a new career? And he said, yes, you can do all that with the power of your mind. And so we started working together even more. And so now I'm going to teach you what I learned from him and learn from studying with a lot of other doctors and scientists and through other modalities. And then I'm going to share with you what I created on my own. I took the best of the best and made it even better and created something for you that is so simple and so powerful and so effective. But the first thing you have to realize is the 17-second rule. The 17-second rule goes like this. When you have a thought, it's an electrical signal in your brain. That's it for 17 seconds. But if the thought goes on for longer than 17 seconds, it becomes a chemical reaction within your body. So you start to feel equal to the way you're thinking. When you feel equal to the way you're thinking, it attracts like thoughts to prove to you why your story is true. When that happens, it changes your energy field. It changes your vibration. It changes what you attract and what you manifest in your life. Let me give you an example. As you know, from the picture, I have 4 kids. And when they were little, it was a lot harder because they were here with me all the time. And you know how kids are, they have a lot of needs and they want a lot of attention and they're messy. They have a lot of demands and they fight with each other. And oh my gosh, it's quite a challenge, but also a joy, but also a challenge. So let's just say a certain one of my kids liked to leave their shoes right in the doorway and we would trip over them. And so I'd remind this child, please don't leave your shoes in the doorway. And no matter what I said, or no matter what I did, or no matter what bribes there were, no matter what punishments there were, always tripping over the shoes in front of the door. So when that happens, I have an option on how I'm going to think about it consciously. I can decide that this kid needs timeout. This kid needs to be grounded. This kid needs a lecture. This kid needs some kind of punishment. I can start thinking like that. I can also be thinking like, oh my gosh, they left their shoes this time and that time, and they also left their backpack, and they left their stuff in my car, and right. So as soon as I start to think like that, my brain is attracting like thoughts. Well, that literally changes my energy field so that I'm attracting that child to do it more. It's scientifically proven you attract and manifest what's in your vibration. So I don't want to attract that. I don't want to manifest that. So I need to change my thought process. I need to be more loving, forgiving, understanding, patient, compassionate. That will keep my energy field strong, and it'll help me act in a way that will most likely cause the child to do what I want them to do more than if I give them a really hard time and get upset and get frustrated. So there's an example with a child. What about an adult, another relationship? It's like if you think a relationship is hard or frustrating or annoying or unforgiving or not very loving, the more you think about it and can find all these stories and prove it to yourself, it literally creates that reality even more. What about money? What about coworkers? What about health? What about your neighbors? What about your family? What about your investments? What about your opportunities? What about your thoughts about your age? They all start with 17 seconds. So the beginning, the tip of the iceberg of my work is for you to be more aware, to catch what's going on in your head, and to catch the story that you're telling yourself, because that's all it is. It's a story. It's self-narrated. And guess what? We usually believe our own story. Why? We came up with it, right? We have proof. We have all these reasons to believe what we believe. But these stories don't serve us. Have you ever been somewhere and somebody gave you an idea and you're like, yeah, no. You might not say that to them. You might be a little more polite, but you're like, where did they come up with that? How many times do you do that for yourself? Do you question your thinking? Do you think, is what I'm thinking even true? Is what I'm thinking accurate? A lot of times it's not. It's just a narration based on our perception. And so the first thing you want to do when you're changing your mind is catch what your mind is even creating, catch what it's thinking, catch what it's coming up with. Now, the most exciting part about the work I do is once you catch it, then I have an easy and fast and permanent way to change it. But first, you have to be aware of what's going on in your head and what stories you're telling yourself. So that's the 17-second rule. Be aware of what's going through your own head and question it. Dr. Joe Dispenza says that we don't have to settle for our present reality. We can create a new one whenever we choose. And he says that if we truly embrace the notion that our thoughts produce tangible effects in our lives, wouldn't we strive to never let one thought slip by us that we didn't want to experience? And wouldn't we focus our attention on what we want instead of continuously obsessing about our problems? Think about it. If you really knew this principle were true, would you ever miss a day in intentionally creating your desired destiny? I love that quote. And it goes back to that 17-second rule. What are we creating? And maybe you didn't know before this class how powerful your thoughts are. They're literally creating your reality. So next, I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets of the mind, because you need to understand these secrets in order to change your brain. and create this new reality, these new 3 goals you want to accomplish, or these 3 problems you want to solve, you need to know these secrets. So secret number 1 is you have 3 minds. Yeah, 3 minds. So most often we're only approaching life with our conscious mind, our thinking mind, our decision-making mind. And when we do that, we're leaving out 2/3 of the puzzle. It's like you have a stool with only 1 leg. How well does it stand? Not very well. So the first 2 minds that we're going to talk about, we've talked a little bit about the conscious mind, and then we have the subconscious mind. The subconscious not only controls the automated processes of our body, it controls how we think and how we feel and how we act and how we react automatically. So if you're driving down the road and someone cuts you off, how do you respond? Most often, it's not by choice, it's by subconscious reaction. I'll give you another car example. The road by my house is closed the way I've been driving for years. And so most often now that I've been doing it so long, because the road's closed for a long time, they're doing major construction, like a year and a half, the road is closed. I have to go a different way. And if I'm consciously thinking about it, I remember to go the correct way. But whenever my husband is in my car with me, I automatically turn the wrong way because I'm not consciously thinking, oh yeah, the road's closed, I have to go the other way. My subconscious has a habit to turn and go the way I always went. And so now I'm trying to retrain my brain to automatically go the other way. So the funny thing is now, once the road is going to be open, guess what's going to happen? I probably won't go that way. My subconscious will be programmed to go around the long way like the road's closed, and then I'll have to retrain my brain for that. So your subconscious controls how you think about things. When somebody says something, how do you process it? How do you respond to it? It controls how you feel about things. It controls how you respond to things. So they say count to 10 when somebody says something to you that you don't like, so you can catch yourself. That's because you're trying to avoid that subconscious reaction and consciously make a better choice. So Atomic Habits, James Clear, in his book, he shares that most people start to change a habit by focusing on what they want to achieve and by deciding what they're going to do to achieve it, right? I want to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to go to the gym more. Sounds so easy, right? But if the person does not align their identity with the outcome and process, they default back to their old habits because they have not changed who they are. He gives a great example in his book. He says, if someone's trying to quit smoking and someone says, hey, you want a cigarette? What they should say is, no, thanks, I'm not a smoker, instead of, no, thanks, I'm trying to quit. Can you see the difference? One is like, I'm trying not to be that way. And the other is like, no, I'm not that way. So how do you change your identity? I mean, gosh, that's a big deal. Not just a habit, not just focusing on what you want to achieve or taking action, but how do you change yourself, your automatic, your subconscious, your identity? We're going to talk about that. So your third mind is your super conscious mind. This is the mind that's connected beyond you. You can call it God. That's what I call it. You can call it the universe. You can call it the collective consciousness. You can call it your gut feel. But we're connected. And it's like when you think of someone and then the phone rings and it's them calling you. How does that happen? We're all connected. And our body is very wise, and our body knows what's going on at a deeper level, a level beyond our understanding. And it's kind of like good vibes and bad vibes, right? You walk in a room and you're like, wow, this is friendly. This is fun. I like it here. I want to stay. You walk down a dark alley. Ooh, not so good in here. I'm getting out of here, right? We we can sense things, we can pick up on things, and we have these gifts that we don't necessarily know how to use or tap into. And so in this process, we're going to use the wisdom of your body. We're going to change the subconscious programming, and we're going to do it by consciously deciding how we want your life to be, just like you wrote in the beginning, how I want my life, what I want to change, what I want to achieve, what I want to get rid of. So we put all three of these minds to work for you. So secret number 2 is you were programmed. Yes, you were. It happened when you were young. Whether you like it or not, whether you had a happy family or a sad family or no family at all, you were programmed. And whoever you were around when you were young, whatever you experienced became your program. And so now when you respond to something, you respond out of your subconscious program, unless you consciously decide to change it and use a process like what I offer to change that program. Let me give you an example. Have you ever met somebody who grew up in an abusive home and then they marry somebody who's abusive? And you think, what were they thinking? Why would they leave something so bad and get into something else so bad? The reason is because your subconscious attracts what you're programmed for. It's way beyond your conscious mind. So somebody might appear to be good and kind and loving, and then it's going to switch as they stop trying so hard consciously and their subconscious program takes over. Your subconscious attracts you to these things. So what do? You were programmed by your youth, the people around you. You were also programmed by the traumas and dramas that you've been through in your life. Have you ever experienced something like a car accident and then you don't want to drive again because, oh my gosh, that was so scary? Your subconscious, that it's timeless and it's like real, in real time, even though it was a long time ago. And so we've got so many things going on below the surface that we're not even aware of. But here's the hope. Here's the great news. Secret number 3, you can change your program. It doesn't matter what's happened to you in the past. It doesn't matter what you've been through or if you have great programs or terrible programs in your subconscious mind. You can change your program. You can change your program just like you can reprogram a computer. It really is that powerful and effective. So how do you do it? How do you retrain your brain? Well, what I've created is some neuroscience-based brain exercises that are fun and quick and easy and focused on your goals. And I know they work because I hired this famous neuroscientist, Dr. Jeffrey Fannin, to do brain studies on our clients to see how this process was working while they were doing it, before they were doing it, after they were doing it, if they were doing it in person, if they were doing it remotely on a computer. We study their brains to see what was going on and why they were having such great results. So this is a brain map of one of our clients. On the left is a pre-scan, on the right is a post-scan. And I want you to look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth line down that says coherence. So you can see the coherence of his brain before, and this is his nose, top of his head, 2 ears. And this is the delta brain waves, the theta brain waves, the alpha brain waves, beta brain waves, high beta. Okay. Now the lines and coherence means communication. So how well is your brain communicating with itself? How well are the signals going back and forth and communicating? Now, what you want to see is less lines instead of more lines. You can see before we worked with this client, he had a lot of lines. And now the coherence of his brain has less lines. This was a 12-week program that we checked his brain before he worked with us, 12 weeks for a couple hours a week, and then after he worked with us. Now, I personally am not a doctor or a scientist, and so I never recommend anything when it comes to medication and things of that sort. However, this client reported to me that after working with us, he was able to get off his medication for depression and for ADHD. And his business also skyrocketed. It's doing phenomenal. Now, this brain study was done as of this recording over a year ago, and I check in with him frequently. I saw him a couple of days ago, and he still reports the same amazing results. This process works, and it literally changes the brain. So we have a wellness portal. It's called Leap Transformation, and our clients report how their goals are coming, how their problems are solving, and how they're feeling different and how they're taking action. And I want to show you the kind of numbers you can expect when you do one brain exercise with us in this portal with one goal or one problem. So our clients report their health and wellness goals improve by 53% when they do one brain exercise in the portal. Brain exercise takes approximately 15 minutes. They report their relationship goals improve 54% when they do one brain exercise in her portal. They report that their professional success improves 54% when they do one brain exercise in our portal. They say their productivity goes up by 48%. Their happiness goes up by 61%. Their effectiveness goes up by 66%. And we have them take action, and they say on their action plans that they set, they're completing 45% of their action plans. This is with one brain exercise specific to one goal they're trying to achieve, or one problem they're trying to solve, or one way they're trying to feel different. Can you see how fast and easy it is to transform things when you use your brain? It's phenomenal. So psychologists say you have 50,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Sadly, about 80% of those thoughts are negative, and about 90% are a repeat of yesterday. So can you imagine how different your life would be if you programmed away those negative subconscious thoughts every day? You spent 15 minutes just creating a new reality. Over time, it's this compounding effect. Things just keep getting better and better and better and better, just as our clients reported with one brain exercise on one goal, approximately 50% better. So make it even better than that. Do a second brain exercise on it. So powerful. Your brain is like your body. What do you do to get your body in shape? You exercise, you eat healthy food, you get enough rest. What about your brain? You have to retrain your brain to get it to do what you want it to do, to feel happy, to feel healthy, to create wealth, to create great relationships. It's a process of training your brain. So how much time does it take? We recommend 15 minutes a day. Everyone has 15 minutes a day, right? We all have 24 hours, and we allocate those 24 hours to what's most important to us. So I would say it's worth 15 of those minutes a day to train your brain to create the life you want to live. So what actually is it that we're doing? Well, we're teaching you how to manage your thinking at a new level. And this process gets your brain thinking in a more productive way. And remember, this is at the subconscious level, not just your conscious mind. So how does it work? You clarify what you want. You do neuroscience-based physical actions that help you change how you think. You create action plans, and then you track your progress and you earn rewards. So why does it work? It works because your brain is habitual. And to create change, you have to change the automatic thought process. And that's what we do. So I'm excited to stop my screen share for a minute and give you a demo of the Leap portal so you can see how it works and why it's so easy to change your brain. So I'm going to stop my share, and I am going to let's see, let me find, here it is. Actually, no, it's not. Hold on. Let me get to the right screen. Okay, I found it. So let me share my screen. Okay, so this is Leap Transformation. And when you log in, there is a 3 little bars here on the side, and you can get started. You can check your results if you've already been working. You can learn more. You can check out some testimonials. You can check out what our limits and disclaimers and confidentiality are. You can claim points. You can, of course, reset your password, get some help. Those are the buttons over there. So I had clicked on learn more, and I was just looking at how this works before we got started. So I logged in, and I'm going to click get started. So this is what you do when you have problems you want to solve, goals you want to achieve, or when you want to feel different from the inside out. So I want you to get that list back out that you had in the beginning, at the beginning of this call, where you wrote down the 3 things that you want different in your life. And I want you to look at those 3 and think about, if you were doing this right now, would you want to click on feel better, or solve a personal or professional problem, or achieve a personal or professional goal? Or this is really fun too, not sure, surprise me. Some people just use this program for plain personal development. They don't even go in with a goal. They just want to see what the program comes up with for them to work on, and then they can decide to go for it and work on it or choose something else. So let's say you want to feel better. So you're going to click the feel better button, and it says, how are you feeling? And I'm just going to say, maybe you're feeling sick. And so then it asks you, how would you rather feel? And it tells you to write it in a positive affirmation. Now, we're not going to be saying positive affirmations. We're going to take this a whole lot deeper than that. But first, put it in a positive affirmation. So there's an example actually right here that would be a good one, because sick, instead of being sick, healthy is good, but also joyful is good, because gosh, it's sometimes in the crazy world we live in hard to feel joyful. So I'm just going to type that again. I am healthy and joyful. So you can type anything you want here for we call this a goal statement, but it's got to sound like it already exists in your life, like a positive affirmation. And so it's just confirming with you, I'm feeling sick. That's what I typed. In my goal, I want to feel healthy and joyful. But I'm not going to say I want to. I'm going to say it like it already exists. I am healthy and joyful. So I'm just going to confirm, yep, that's what I want. Can this portal help me do it? You better believe it. So now it's going to tap into that 3rd mind I told you about, that super conscious mind. Your body knows the answer. Your body knows which brain exercise you need. You consciously have no idea, right? So you're just going to ask your heart and not your head, and you're going to choose one. So let's go with a balanced brain exercise. And so what's going to happen is that balanced brain exercise is going to give you some more options. So you're going to, again, ask that super conscious mind of yours, do you need a summit brain exercise, or a color brain exercise, or a crossover brain exercise? Go with your gut, go with your intuition, or if you don't feel anything, just guess. I'm going to just guess a crossover brain exercise. So it's going to remind me of my goal. And then it's going to say, there's a brain exercise to do. So let's do the brain exercise. So now I'm going to pause this, because we're not actually going to do the brain exercise right now. You'll do it in the portal. So this is a 6-minute brain exercise, and I froze it on a funny face of mine. Let's try that again, at least with my eyes open. Okay, so you're going to do this brain exercise with me. It's body postures, it's breaths, it's visualizations, it's kinesthetic. What does it feel like and sound like and look like, and imagination? All these things that I've figured out that literally retrain the brain to get you what you want. So you're going to do that brain exercise with me. And then when you're complete, it's going to congratulate you. And it's going to say that your brain is literally now programmed for this goal. And the best thing to do when your brain is programmed for something new is to take action. So what action can you take to be healthy and joyful? So I'm going to say the action I want to take is get more sleep. That would probably help me be healthier and more joyful. So you would choose whatever action you want to take that you think would help you accomplish your goal. And then I'm going to say I'm done with that because I feel like it's what I want. And then this portal is gamified. So you just earn 5 leap coins for doing that brain exercise. And what you do with those leap coins is you cash them in for Zoom group sessions. They happen every single week. So it takes you approximately 2 hours a week of brain exercises in the portal to earn an hour of group Zoom transformation work. It's so much fun to get together as a group. We keep our goals private. It's not group therapy. It's like group exercise for the mind. So jumping on a Zoom with a bunch of people who are wanting to improve their lives, and we do these brain exercises together. And not only these brain exercises that are in this portal, but other brain exercises as well. You get to experience some new ones. And if you can't make it, you get the recording of the session. And so you can do it anytime, as many times as you want. So then it tells you to get a sip of water, because doing brain exercises literally causes heat in the brain, and heat causes dehydration. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to have a little sip of water. Next, it asks if there's anything you'd like to journal about the experience. So if you want to do that, you can type it in here. This portal is secure. I can't even see what you type in this portal. So not to worry, your information is safe here. So I'm going to say not at this point. It reminds me what my goal is. I am healthy and joyful. And then it asks, am I done with that goal? Do I feel different? When you do a brain exercise, you literally can feel different almost immediately. And so if you feel like, wow, I feel like I believe this now, I feel like this can happen now, I feel like I should go to bed now because I said I'd get more sleep, just say this goal is complete. If you want to keep working on it, then just click the button. I feel there's more work to do. For this demo, we're going to say this goal is complete. And then, are you ready to move on to your next goal? So for now, we're going to say I'm done for now. That's how easy it is. So it takes about 15 minutes. You take something you want different in your life, a problem you want to solve, a goal you want to achieve, a feeling that you'd rather feel, and you do a brain exercise. You create an action plan, you earn coins, and your life starts to transform day by day. As our clients say, about 50% from one brain exercise, their goal is improved by 50% approximately. You saw how the numbers were kind of different, but approximately 50%. If you average them all, it's 53.8%. That's what our clients experience from this portal. It's powerful. So I'm going to go back into my PowerPoint presentation and keep sharing with you how you can create this best life. All right, so we did the demo. This is one of our clients. Her name is Kristen, and she is a senior HR director. And she says, my life is better, my health is better, my job is better, my relationships are better, my outlook on life is better, my marriage is amazing, my income is as high as it's ever been, my mental health is top notch. This process works. I am such a believer in this method. This tool is a literal gold mine. You can achieve everything you have ever dreamed of and create the life of your choosing. And you can do it anytime, anywhere, and as often as you want. Simply amazing. This works, and I'm living proof. I cannot wait to share the Leap Transformation Portal with my friends, family, and coworkers. So I love working with Kristen. She's not only done our Leap Portal, she's done some of our private sessions and group sessions and retreats, and also taken some of our certification courses. She loves this work. Why? Because it's made her life so good. Look at all those things she says. It's almost hard to believe, right? Next, we have Kelly. She says, I have to admit, I was a skeptic at first. I don't often believe things I haven't disseminated 1,000 different ways, countered with 100 different arguments. You ever met someone like that? After working with Jenny's program for several months, though, the results are undeniable. I was able to uncover subconscious beliefs that hold me back from feeling comfortable, loved, and peaceful. I've released limiting beliefs and I've replaced them with more positive, life-enhancing beliefs. I feel immediate, affirmative shifts that last. I notice that in general, I feel lighter, happier, and freer than I have in many years. I feel the work is immensely beneficial to my personal well-being, my marriage, and my relationship with my daughter. How powerful was that? I love working with skeptics. They're not so sure this can be as good as I say it is. But sometimes they jump in with faith and then they have these amazing results and share them with me. And I love that. So Leap Transformation is all about overcoming struggles, achieving goals, and feeling better from the inside out. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to overcome the struggles you might have written down, or achieve those goals you might have written down, or feel better based on what you wrote down? If you are, this is the answer for you. So I want to share that we have a massive sale going on right now. So you might see this 4994 number that I mentioned to you in the beginning. You know, would it be worth $4,994 to you to solve the problems or achieve the goals you wrote down? So I want to tell you that that's what it normally costs. But today we've got a sale going on for 72 hours. So there's a couple things with the pricing here. So first off, the Leap Transformation Portal is $29.97. And the Tuesday group sessions are $19.97, and that's how you get the $4,994. But right now we have a 72-hour sale going, and you can get Leap for 80% off, which means it's only $998.50. So if you thought back in the beginning that maybe you would pay $4,994 to solve your problems or achieve your goals, now you can do it for less than $1,000. All right. So how do you register for this program? So when you click on the link below this video, you're going to come to this sales form, and it's going to show you the super duper sale price that we have going. And when you type in your promo code, it's going to take half off that super duper sale price we have going. So you're going to be paying under $1,000 for a program that's normally just under $5,000. The reason it only says $19.97 right here is because we have a super sale going on, and I just pulled it right off the sale page. And it's not even including the group sessions, which are an additional $19.97 per year that you'll get when you use the portal as you earn those coins. And when you buy now, you'll also get an email with all of these free resources that you can download. So this is my Science of Money workbook, my Biology of Happy Relationships workbook, my Divine You workbook, the Secret to Overcoming Pain workbook, and the Science of You workbook. And you'll also get my #1 best-selling book to download, Breaking to Be Me, The Secret to Overcoming Chronic Pain. So Anne Romanillo, she's one of our clients. She says, I really enjoy your interactive wellness portal. It is calm and soothing and allows me to clarify what I want different in my life and make changes to improve my life. I've recommended several friends to use your portal, and they have thanked me for introducing them. I love this, Anne. How nice to just feel calm and soothing and clear. and improve your life. We've got Barbara. She says, I love your Leap portal, and I think you have done a phenomenal job of creating it. I am grateful I purchased it as it has served me very well. Love that. We have Brent. He's a licensed marriage and family therapist. He's the owner of Thrive Family Counseling in Sugar Land, Texas, and in League City, Texas. He has 2 locations. He says, Jenny has created a valuable way to bring her techniques to a large audience. I have worked with her for years and referred clients to her. As a mental health professional, I've witnessed, experienced, and used the tools Jenny has created to bless and change lives. I'm very grateful for what she has created and is sharing in her Leap Wellness portal. It's fun to get testimonials from professionals that work and have studied in this field. As you remember from this earlier in this presentation, I learned from the School of Hard Knocks trying to heal and fix myself. And so it's so powerful when professionals also use my tools to help their clients. Janet says, as my marriage crumbled, I started experiencing extreme knee pain. An MRI revealed a severe tear in the right medial meniscus and no cartilage under that kneecap. Every step was filled with pain. After finding no relief from pain or any reasonable solution, I stumbled upon Jenny Harkleroad, the owner of Balanced You. After working with Jenny and her programs, in less than 6 weeks, I was jogging again and pain-free. This was the beginning of an incredible journey of healing body, mind, and spirit. I love that. I love that Janet was able to heal her body with her mind, just like I was able to. How powerful that we can do that. These brain exercises are 1 million times more powerful than anything else you could do, according to scientists like Bruce Lipton. Why? Because it puts your brain in a state of super learning. It literally changes the connections in your brain, the wiring, so to speak, of your brain and the neural pathways of your brain. It changes how your cell membrane responds when a message comes to your cell. For example, I used to have a terrible temper, and I no longer do because I changed the program in my brain. So when the message comes in to the cell membrane tells the cell how to respond. No more anger, no more frustration, no more getting so mad. It's gone. You can put your brain in that state and reprogram it and change it with these brain exercises. So some people say, I don't know if this will work for me. I have tried so many things. I hear you. I get you. You saw in the beginning, right? All the different healing modalities I tried, the surgery, the pills. I was looking for answers. But what you haven't tried is the Leap Transformation Wellness Portal. What you haven't tried is my scientifically proven brain exercises. What you haven't tried is what our clients say, improve their goals within a week by 50%. I know this process will work for you. So some people say they don't have the time. I get it. Oh my gosh, it's busy. Life is busy. When am I recording this video? Saturday night. Why? Because I didn't get a chance to do it any other time. Life is busy. But we make time for things that are most important to us and most impactful to us. What was I doing the rest of the day? Well, I was hanging out with my parents. I was hanging out with my kids. I was having a lot of fun. And so now I'm getting some work done. And I know you can fit in 15 minutes a day to totally transform your life. So put that excuse out of your mind. You do have time. What about I don't have money? I mean, this can be a real thing, right? The economy is a little crazy right now. Inflation is high. If you're watching this during the holidays, you could have other expenses, right? And not just the holidays. Seems like there's always out of the ordinary or unexpected expenses. But here's what I've discovered. When there's a will, there's a way. I once had a business coach that I wanted to hire, and he said, you can't afford me. I didn't even know what he charged, and I don't know why he was judging me like that from the get-go. And I said, well, I would like to talk to you anyway and find out more about you and what you charge. And so I met with him, and he told me that he charged $35,000. Now, I had paid other coaches $35,000 a year to help me. And so I thought his price was reasonable. But then he said $35,000 per month. Oh, my heart dropped. $35,000 a month. My business wasn't even producing $35,000 a month. How could I afford this guy? I really wanted to. And I told him I was going to find a way. And I went home and I did find a way, and I did hire this coach. I did not have the money to pay him, but I found a way because I really wanted it. When you really want something, you can find a way. So I challenge you, if you don't have the money, what way can you find to come up with the money? We're only talking about less than $1,000. We're not talking about $35,000 a month. So some people, they're a little bit concerned about our group sessions. They want to keep everything private. So our group sessions, the cool thing is we don't share what we're working on. We just do the brain exercises together. It's fun, it's uplifting, it's positive. You keep everything private. And if you don't even want to show up on screen, you can turn your screen off. You can change your name if you want, or you can just get the recording later and do it when nobody even knows you're doing it. It's beneficial. It's super powerful, and it's private. So maybe you don't want talk therapy. Maybe you want to overcome traumas and dramas from your past, and you know you want to deal with it. You know you need to deal with it, but you don't want to talk about it. Well, the cool thing about this process is we find the problem through the LEAP portal. You type it in, and then you write how you'd rather feel about it, and you change your brain. You don't have to talk through it. And is it unhealthy to do it that way? People ask me that sometimes. And Bruce Lipton, he's a PhD cellular biologist. He says that if you go to a tailor and your shirt is torn, the tailor doesn't say, well, explain to me how this got torn, exactly what was going on when you ripped the elbow out of this shirt or ripped the knee out of these pants. No, they just fix it. Dr. Bruce Lipton says this process is the same way. It changes the brain. It just fixes the problem. So if you want talk therapy, awesome, go get talk therapy. But if you don't want to talk about it, you just want to solve it, this process is great for that. And I already touched on the last one. You don't want to work in a group. Again, you can do the group sessions via recording privately on your own time, anytime you like. So I don't think there's any excuse for not spending $1,000 so that you can solve your problems, achieve your goals, and feel better from the inside out, unless you just don't really want to. You don't really want to feel better. You don't really want to solve your problems. You don't really want to achieve your goals. But I'm guessing that you're here because you do. And so I took a leap, and that leap broke my back and caused me years of suffering, but then years of discovery and transformation. And so I want you to take my leap and turn it into your best life without actually having to take that leap. I want you to think about that if all this program did was get rid of one thing, maybe fear or worry or stress or unhappiness or pain or frustration or anger, confusion or burnout, would it be worth it? Would it be worth $1,000, less than $1,000? Is this making sense? Are you getting this? Less than $1,000 you can get rid of. What if it just got rid of one of these things? I think it will get rid of all of these things, but what if it only got rid of one? Would it be worth it? If all this program did was create one thing for you, joy, peace, balance, ease, calm, happiness, health, loving relationships, financial success? Would it be worth it? Would it make sense to you to spend less than $1,000 to create this new reality in your life? Now, again, I think you can create all this because you'll have the Leap Wellness Portal for a year. It's a membership. 1 year where you can log in and transform anything you want anytime. Midnight, 6 a.m., lunchtime, middle of the afternoon, whenever there's a problem to solve, a goal to achieve, or a feeling to change, log in and solve it. Log in and achieve it. Log in and transform it. So the logical proof of why you should buy is because our last 400 clients report a 53.8% improvement on each goal after just one brain exercise. Would you like a 53.8% improvement in your health, in your wealth, in your happiness, in your relationships? Would it be worth less than $1,000 to you to get that? I hope so. What do you want different in your life? It's time to have it. The happiness, the health, the wealth, the relationships. It's time. Science has created a method that we can now use to retrain our brain to get exactly what we want in our life. And so all you do is click the link below and in the promo code, type in half price. Make sure the H is capital and the P is capital. Half price to create your best reality for under $1,000 a year. When you do, remember, you're going to get for free an email with all these resources that you can download. My book, workbook on the science of money, the biology of happy relationships, the divine you, the secret to overcoming pain, the science of you, and my #1 best-selling book, Breaking to Be Me, the secret to overcoming chronic pain. Remember, Albert Einstein says that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. It's time to stop the insanity in your life. It's time to create the results you're wanting, you're dreaming of, you're hoping for, you're wishing for. Remember that results don't necessarily take time, they take courage. Clicking the link to buy takes courage, but we have proof that this program will work for you. So, are you ready to fly? Are you tired of being a caterpillar? Are you ready to get in that chrysalis and break free as a butterfly? Are you ready to fly into a new creation of your life? I hope you are. And I hope you use this program because it will work for you. Remember, you get all these free bonuses when you buy now. So jump in, click below, and get started. So this is 15 minutes a day. That's all you need, 15 minutes to work on your wellness and transformation. So get started today. You just click below in the promo code, enter half price. Make sure there's a capital H and a capital P, no spaces. You can pay full price if you want, or make sure to use that promo code. This is a 72-hour sale. So I'm asking you to take a leap of faith, take a leap of transformation, take a leap of faith on the science of what's been discovered about your brain and your mind and how you can put it to work for you. Take a leap and make the transformation in your life. Thanks for being here with me today. It's my pleasure to talk to you about the power of your mind and how you can use it to create your best life. How do I know it works? Because it worked for me and it works for all of our clients. Why? Because what's getting in your way is right between your ears. When you change it, everything in your life changes. So I can't wait to hear from you how this process has absolutely transformed your life. Please share with me. I can't wait to hear your story. I'm Jenny, owner Balanced You.